So are you. Takes one to know one. Awesome. Thank you. How are you feeling? What have you noticed? Any good stuff that you have given gratitude? Have you given enough gratitude to yourself today? Have you caught any stress points? Have you caught any negative beliefs? Have you caught any limiting beliefs? It's been a while for some of us. Thank you. I've been behind the scenes building, working on some things. It's good to have awarenesses right now. What am I grateful for? Let me show you where I'm at. I'm grateful. I'm always grateful for awareness. I remember a time in my life where I would just get frustrated and I would get aggravated and I would just accept it. I would just keep on going and tell myself, that's okay, you can handle it. You have to be strong, or you're strong. And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm on here right now. Oh, look, just like that, there's 430 people with us that understand that this live stream is all about unconditional love. How about that? Let's see if we can hang out and be family and agree to disagree on some things. My name is Nikki Scorpio. I am the introvert that speaks up. I've done many different things spiritually and holistically to crack my code. I share that. I talk about perspective. Today, what I would like to talk about, if you're open to listening, is really being aware of what we're choosing, being aware of where our mind goes to, and really being aware that we don't have to do it that way anymore. There's a different way to move. Thank you. So, yes, I'm touching my nose right in my mind right now. Okay, thank you. I love you. So, what I've realized, I hang out with people, I watch humanity, I watch myself, I look for patterns. My whole thing in my life is my perspective. Take a deep breath. Let's do that first. Let's take a deep breath. Oh, hey, Ashley's on here. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Shout out to the moderators. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, so, yes, let's take a deep breath just real quickly and powerfully. Oh, you didn't do it because you think that it's cheesy? Okay, I got you. We're going to do one more. And if you're open to it at the end, you can even sigh it out just to really let go of that funk in your stomach if you're feeling a little bit of anxiety, or if you want to remove any stuff that you're unaware of. Hey, hello. What's up, everybody? What's up, Rita? What's up? So, again, today the theme is, what are you choosing? What are you choosing? What are you choosing to give attention to? How are you choosing to react? Have you noticed how often you go to a place where it's like down tempo, where you're hard on yourself, where you're saying, oh, why are things that way? Oh, why is it like that? Oh, I don't like that. Have you noticed that? I feel like I need to put on a jacket because my t-shirt's white, the font is white. One second. I know I'm indoors, but like, I just want to make sure, because somebody's like, I can't see it. I can feel you. Like, I can't see the words. I got you. Hold on. I got you. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you. All right. So. What are you choosing? What are we choosing to give attention to? Why is peace such a challenge for some of us? Why is chaos and drama and frustration being given so much attention to in your life? I just want for people to see. Right? Why is it so easy to go to a space of there things are again, there it is again? What has happened in your life where you feel like a loss of power recently? Tell me. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, everybody. Whew, why am I so out of breath right now? Thank you. I actually have this t-shirt on my bio link. I have some mantras and some cool things, some art that I've created on my bio link. And when you buy one of these t-shirts or hoodies, you get a complimentary session with me. Hey, how about this? I appreciate that you're being open and you're being vulnerable and sharing your Cash App on my live stream. My advertising rates are affordable, okay? Let's talk about desperation. Let's talk about it. Thank you. This is not a paid actor. A Scorpio loves every single moment that there's a teachable, relatable moment. Oh, the Wi-Fi. have I been glitching out? Can you hear me okay? Can you see me? It's going in and out. I just want to make sure that you can hear me because I'm about to drop some gems. By the way, take notes, please. And if you don't have a note taker, you can now go on to my bio link. There is a notebook that I have just for you to take notes to get those gems. It's available on Amazon. Okay. In and out. I'm in and out like a hamburger. No glitch. All right. So let's talk about desperation. Let's talk about it. All right. So for those of you who are quote unquote struggling, for those of you, I just added it. Thank you. For those of you that are feeling overwhelmed, for those of you that don't like your circumstances, for those of you that feel like you don't have any options, for those of you that feel like there's no choices or that there's not a lot of hope going on in your life, I want for you to understand, maybe you've never heard me say this, maybe you have. It's just, we just need to keep on hearing this stuff until we get the context and we hear it and we see it and it shows up in our lives. If you feel like life doesn't make sense, that is only because of the people who have raised you, because of the information that you were given, because of the circumstances around you, because of how you were taught. If you talk with people who are successful, if you talk with people who are thriving, if you talk with people that come from a different background, that were raised around, different beliefs around finance, they'll tell you that they don't care if they lose everything. It's not life or death. It's more so of like, oh, that's so annoying and that's frustrating and I can't believe this happened and now I know what to do to get it back. Right? And so if you feel like life isn't working for you, if you feel like life isn't working in your favor, all of that is because you're looking for somebody else to validate that life is working for you. You're looking for somebody to give you the answers. Right? And so this is where, and I know I've said this in different ways, it's just I really, really, really strongly feel this calling to encourage people to find out ways to be more independent instead of codependent. Right? And hey, what's up, Flo? Everybody make sure you're following my moderator, Flo. That's my soul brother right there, Flo 2761. The moderators are great people too. If you want to get just a better community inner circle, everybody who's been rocking with this live stream, it's about unconditional love. It's about seeing you level up and love yourself more. The energy is weird in here right now. I just need to do something. I just need to clear it real quickly. So you can just send some streams so that everybody feels love and there's nobody just hanging out here, just rolling their eyes, just watching my every move like you're miserable Aunt Janice and just watching it and just hating just naturally how life is. Why, thank you for that. Thank you. Facial hair doesn't run in my family. Thank you. I love you. I love you. All right, we're just going to breathe all that in, all the way in there because I know you feel it. And if you don't, it's all good. Hey, what's up, Cat? Rainbow Obsidian. All right. So, thank you so much. Okay, so again, somebody's on here posting their Cash App saying that they need help. They're going through a difficult time. That's desperation. Why is it that we keep going to this place of I don't have enough money, I don't have enough, I don't have access to this, I don't know what I'm doing, help me, I have no options, please help me, I'm scared, I'm losing everything, life isn't fair, please, I don't like this, I don't like the way that people are treating me, I don't like that things are happening this way, I don't like that my life is changing, I don't like that I'm losing my job, I don't like that life is financially challenging for me, I don't like when people call me out, I don't like when people do things, this thing makes me angry, I don't like that I'm upset, this is uncomfortable for me, I always want to feel good all the time, I want everything to always make sense. Drop an emoji if that is you or if you have people around you that are like that. And be honest, there's no judgment here. It's not, oh my God, I'm such a... No, we're not doing that anymore. Energy feels better already. Rainbow Obsidian, Rainbow Obsidian, Rainbow Obsidian. All right, love that. I love calling ourselves out. please, please, please be aware. If you are somebody who gets really, 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 really excited, if you're somebody who gets really, really, really depressed and down, and you're making decisions when you're in that space, you're not thinking about what are the possible mistakes, what are the possible frustrations, what are the possible things that might show up for this other person. Like, for example, you asked to have a job, or you asked to be in a relationship, or you're asking to have new friends, or you're asking for change. Now, with that change, and if you see this lovely housefly flying around, that's because, and you can look this up, the animal totem for housefly is abundance. There's money coming in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay? If you have, let me say it like this. To find out stresses easily, if you are able to acknowledge and find how easy it is for you to see, look, this thing is annoying me, look, this person is annoying me, look, this situation isn't going how I want it to. That is entirely your choosing. I want for you, if you're open to it, to understand that we're choosing every single step of the way. If you're annoyed right now, if you're looking at the comments and you're annoyed right now, if my tone of voice annoys you right now, if something in your life, if you're getting emails, if somebody is texting you and they're bothering you, we're choosing to respond and react to it. If you have the thought in your mind that you are a victim, that life is hard, that life is unfair, that people don't understand you, this is your choosing. This is your choosing. You haven't given yourself enough time. You haven't given yourself enough options. You haven't slowed down enough. And again, it's powerful to slow down, and it feels impossible sometimes, doesn't it? It feels like if you slow down, what's going to happen? You're going to miss out. Fear of missing out. Right? A lot of what I'm doing, like the moderator and amazing human being and Supermom, what Ashley said up there, that's one of the things that I tell myself a lot during the day. That I choose to be in moments, that I choose to be in the scenario, that I choose to let myself know that I'm in control, that I choose to be okay with things being scattered. I choose for plans to change. So if you're asking for love, for friendship, for different things, that what you're not becoming aware of is with the greatness, with the excitement, there are potential frustrations and setbacks. Word, exactly. Change your perspective, change your thoughts, change your life. And again, if you get angry, if you get frustrated, what is that? That's insecurity. I love how there's brand new people every single time. If you're angry, you're insecure. If you are angry about your circumstances, if people annoy you, that's your choosing. That is your choosing. And if you understood how powerful it is for you to choose the moments that you are in, to choose your life, to consciously choose it, that's where you get your power. Thanks, Flo. I appreciate you, broski. You need a one-on-one? Hit me up, Tim. Tap that link in my bio. And again, also, I just want to encourage you. I now have a journal. There's going to be another one coming too. But if you want to take notes and start journaling and documenting in your life, I now have a journal, link in my bio, via the Amazon store. It's $8.88. Pretty good price. So you can be good with being scattered in the same way Albert Einstein was. Like, for me, I'm not the most organized person. However, I would rather work really smart so that I can have help, so I can have an assistant, so that I can get a virtual assistant, so that I can have somebody come in and clean and organize, so that I'm not thinking about that. I like to outsource stuff. Right? Thank you, Words and Gold. Right? It's being able to understand how easy it is to give attention to negativity. Have you noticed that like it's like it just keeps on popping up, it just keeps on showing up, it just keeps on being there, that like I've notice that with other people. So what if something didn't go according to plan? So what if something didn't work out? So what? So what if you made an awkward choice? Have you made any awkward decisions? Have you had anything pop up where you felt ashamed of yourself in the past week? Have you? Has anybody spoken to you in the past 48 hours or past week or whatever where you just don't like how you feel? You don't like how they spoke to you? Wait, am I missing a comment? Let me see. What did I miss? 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 You hit me with the pumpkin? Great, because my birthday's coming up on the 30th. Thank you for the pumpkin. I love that. Okay. See, and I can't focus on it because then I channel information and I forget what I was talking about. And now I don't remember what I was talking about. Now I'm just in front of 115 people like, okay, so thank you. So we're choosing. If somebody has recently spoken to you in the past couple days, in the past week, where they said something that was mean or frustrating, thank you for the birthday wishes. You know, that if you have felt, again, that's called a loss of power. That why is that your choice? Why is it your choice that how that person spoke to you, you interpret it that way? Why is that the only option for you? Why is it that when you say, I can't speak up, I can't tell this person how I truly feel because I'm scared to what their reaction is going to be? Why is that the only option? If you want to speak up to somebody and you're scared about the outcome, why is it hard for you to sit with yourself and think about another outcome? Have you ever actually thought about that? Have you actually ever really sat down with the moments that are frustrating in your life and looked at them and said, I don't like this circumstance, I want to do something about it? And your brain goes, no, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And you're like, okay, that's it. Have you? Have you ever really given attention to that? Because for me, I've become aware how challenging it is on earth with everything that's going on, how challenging happiness and peace is. You do speak up, that's your problem. Well, consider this. Consider this. When you're speaking, how is it occurring to other people? How are other people receiving it? What if I spoke up time and time again and finally flew off the handles and said mean things? Then we overreacted, and that's where we hold ourselves accountable. That's where I tell people, you don't apologize in life when your phone glitches out. You don't apologize when your kids are being loud. You don't apologize when your Zoom meeting is whatever. You don't even apologize when you're late. You thank people for your patience. We apologize when we overreact. And this is where we start to realize, and thank you for communicating that, this is where we start to realize we were raised passive aggressive. Not everybody in here was raised passive aggressive. Some people were raised by family that told them don't ever speak up and just react with anger and choose anger and choose anger. And so the only option you feel like you have when you don't like how you feel is anger. There are so many different ways to communicate. There are so many different ways. And again, what's fascinating is every single person who is listening, who's watching right now, is receiving what I'm saying differently. There are some people that are not looking at the screen. There are some people that are hyper focused on the screen. There are some people that don't like to see the comments. There are some people that read every single comment. Some people actually get annoyed and aggravated by people dropping comments. And like it genuinely affects their day, that they're aggravated by that person dropping the comment, and they don't even question it. I want to know, do you question when you get frustrated? Or can you own up to it and say, I don't enough and I want to work on it more? And today's the day I'm going to become aware of how easily it is to set me off. What if you said unforgivable things? Should you still apologize? Absolutely. Of course. I would go to a space, if I were in that space, I would go to a space of, I completely and totally overreacted, and I don't expect for you to forgive me. I have a lot of anger inside that I'm working on, and I took that anger out on you, and I projected that onto you, and it's not fair to you. And I feel really, I feel frustrated with myself at how I overreacted, and that's not how I want to conduct myself. And I apologize, and I'm hoping you can forgive me. And if you don't, it's for me to work on it, for me to learn the lesson. You seem to be in a loop with your teenagers trying to change the way. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's there's so many different ways to parent. It's just about, like, if you're beating yourself up, if you're putting yourself down and thinking that you're a bad parent, you're going into the world with that. That is your armor. That is your t-shirt. That is your clothing. You're wearing that energy with you like a scarf. You're wearing it everywhere that you go. You're wearing the energy of, I'm doing something wrong. And then you get around other people and you connect with people off of things are going wrong. And people look at you that are the people that you want to connect with. And they pick up on that energy of something is wrong. Something is wrong. I'm not good enough. I'm not attractive enough. And that's why people end up in narcissistic relationships. That's why people end up with victim friendships. That's why people end up feeling stuck. How do you handle gossip? Ooh, how do I handle gossip? I cut people off. I make direct eye contact. I tell people, hey, if you're going to talk about me, let's talk about your life. How's your family doing? When I've had people attack my character and put me down, I'm like, hey, when you turn off this camera, when you turn off your phone, when you get off social media, when your friends go away, when everything stops, how do you feel about yourself? What are the things that you're working on? When was the last time you were deceitful to somebody? When was the last time you got around your family and they said something and you didn't like how you felt? How was your reaction? How's life going for you? How do you feel about yourself? How's the rest of your family feel about you? How's life for you? Really, truly. And what does it feel like to walk on water? What a miraculous human being you are. My name is Nikki Scorpio. Follow me as we follow this astounding person. Perfection is their middle name. I mean, for me, I lean into uncomfortable energy, and I didn't used to. And that's what I want for you to get. What if they said are righteous? What if they also said unforgivable things, but are righteous about it and want to apologize? Oh, they said unforgivable things? I love how there used to be a Q&A thing on TikTok and they took that away. Now we can pin comments, but like it's like a game show where I have 15 seconds to answer the question, then it goes away. If they said unforgivable things, then hallelujah, you got the truth. You got the truth. After my last relationship was over, my ex said something about something very traumatizing to me. I had been taken advantage of, and she said something emasculating because she was just angry and frustrated and jealous and insecure because she saw me coaching and doing this full time, and I had a level of success that didn't exist in that relationship. literally within like a month after I got out of that relationship, that everything in my life started flourishing and opening up. That's why I'm here for you. That's why I keep on doing these live streams, because you think that it's going to change, and you think that she's going to change or he's going to change. You think that they're going to change, and they're not. You are a free source of energy for them. You are a free source of energy for them. They are used to you. They love your energy. They don't know how to do anything with it other than to bring more chaos into your life. And because you were raised around chaotic situations, narcissistic people, passive aggressive people, it's familiar to you. This is why I'm grateful that I was in the narcissistic and abusive relationship that I was in, because there was silver lining to it. And that silver lining was me watching other people with wealth and other people with luxury and other people who were more traveled and more successful. I started hanging out with people that people like me normally don't hang out with. Presentation-based people, presentation-based love, narcissistic energy where everybody's perfect and moisturized, and then you go inside and it's just like crickets and just rage. And I realized that when people are very, very successful, they don't need to prove to anybody what they are and who they are. If you are living, if your success is to show your mom and your dad that they are wrong about you, you're not going to get it. If you are out there to show the world that they were wrong about you, that you're going to prove people wrong, you're not going to get it, because you're operating from anger. You're operating from fear. You're operating from lack. Thoughts on energy vampires, they don't exist in my life. I'm responsible for everything. I'm responsible for everything. Please don't have that conversation with yourself of I'm a man and so an abusive relationship occurs differently, or that insecurity occurs differently because I'm a man and you're a woman, if that's the case, or I look different, or this and that and the other. Feelings are feelings, emotions are emotions. All that matters is how much I believe in myself. It doesn't matter what the world thinks about me. Hold yourself responsible and accountable for every single time that you choose to get annoyed, choose to get angry, choose to get frustrated. And take this with you for the rest of your life. Take this with you for the rest of your life. You are choosing everything all of the time. You are choosing it, and you have never given yourself full permission to have your momentum, to know that you know what you're doing, and to keep on going. And again, say thank you for your patience. Say things like, hey, my intention with this conversation is this way and that way. Say things like, people who love me don't speak to me this way. Say, hey, you know what? You keep on putting me down. Guess what? I woke up today and I realized I'm actually not afraid of who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of myself anymore. So moving forward, when you put me down and tell me that I'm wrong, or I'm fat, or I'm skinny, or I'm ugly, or I'm wrong, or I'm too old, or I'm going to fail, or that the neighbors are going to judge me, whatever, guess what? I no longer care, because I've realized every single person on planet Earth deals with an insecurity, and I'm not going to play this game anymore. I realize that I'm in a carnival. You're all a bunch of clowns, and I'm being hustled. You know what you're doing? You're holding that baseball and you're trying to throw it against the milk bottles at the carnival, thinking that the milk bottles are going to knock over, and they're like super glued and crazy glued and cemented and hammered in and nailed in, so there's no possible way you're ever going to get the stuffed animal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? You're being hustled. You're being played. They're still playing the game, and that's cool. Let them stay in the carnival. Let them stay in the circus. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm talking to you. I don't care how many people are here. I'm talking to you. You're better than these circumstances. And you're choosing the chaos, and you're choosing to be stressed out, and you're choosing to say, but she doesn't love me, but he doesn't love me, but they're not giving me the fairy tale relationship, but I don't like my body weight, but I don't like my things, but I don't like the way that my kids are talking to me, but I don't like this. My life should be like the storybook. My life should be like the fairy tale. My life should be like this story that I've been obsessing over every single day, and I'm not getting it, and it's just draining my battery, and it's impossible to have 100% gratitude, and impossible to follow my intuition. But I'm just going to keep on being annoyed that everybody in my life isn't doing everything that I think that they should. You think your kids or your friends or your family members or your coworkers or your boss, you think that everybody should stop living how they're living and just automatically read your mind and do everything that you want to do, and you're triggered and you're annoyed by it. There's a different way to do it. What is that way? It's being able to speak up for yourself and to communicate and to set boundaries. And again, if you think that it's impossible or you can't do it, soft-spoken, traumatized, abused people do it every single day. People level up every single day. People wake up every single day. This wasn't me a year ago. This wasn't me. Well, actually, a year, it has been about a year, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't me. How many more times do you have to get hit, hurt, awkward, fall down, embarrassed, publicly humiliated, emasculated, whatever your scenario is? How many more times before you actually start speaking up and you realize that the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is shaking up your metaphorical snow globe to drive you crazy? It's so difficult for you to speak up. Why? Because one person told you that you were stupid or you were dumb or you were wrong or you were ugly or you were unattractive or the words that you're saying don't make any sense. And so you took that one person, you said, everybody on planet Earth feels that way. Whereas there's 100,000 different comments that have happened on this live stream, and I'm looking at you and I happen to see yours. You're actually seen. Have you ever thought about that? You're being hustled. You're being played. And it's time for you to play hide and go seek with what your intention is. If you want happiness, find it. If you want the communication, find it. If you want to see what it feels like for you to actually speak your truth, visualize it, see it, walk with it, eat with it, sleep with it, talk with it. If you don't like the way that your food was created, go back to the person. Instead of saying, no, I'm strong, I can eat this food even though it's undercooked or it's overcooked or it's this way or it's that way, I can accept it because that other person's going through a difficult thing and I don't want for them to hurt. I don't want anybody on planet Earth to ever feel pain. Where you're over here getting sick and getting disease and getting viruses and getting attacked and dealing with narcissistic people, and all of them, they have, you know what they do? They have weekly meetings and they have discussions of how they can put you down and how easy it is to manipulate your emotions. Something happens and then you go right back to that space. Oh, but you're so strong. You're so strong. Yeah, but you're miserable though. And you think that it's cool or it's edgy, or that like you're the humble person, everybody else is a jerk, don't you? I'm calling you out. It's passive aggressive. It's wrong. The person who's yelling at you, who's screaming at you, where we shame bullies and we shame people who are narcissistic in society, they're openly saying that they're hurt. You can do that from a golden heart, good-hearted, kind-hearted, I've been through a lot and I don't want for other people to hurt space. You can speak up and people will listen to you. And if people don't listen to you, then you can repeat yourself and you can clear your throat and you can speak like you mean it and you know that it's right. It is right for you to be heard. You have thoughts. You're telling me, you're telling me, for the person who says that you can't speak up, you're telling me that you have feelings inside of your heart, inside of your soul, and you're saying that you shouldn't express those feelings. You're saying that you're sad and that you shouldn't tell people that you're sad. You're angry, you're frustrated, you're grieving, you're overwhelmed. You're on the edge, you're barely hanging on, and you're telling me that you shouldn't tell people because you don't want to hurt their feelings, but it's inside of you. If you believe in any kind of higher power, anything at all, whoever created you, however you were created, whatever is within you is meant to be expressed. You're telling me that you were made to have feelings and to never express them and to have thoughts and to never speak them out into the world because one person doesn't know how to process their emotions? My birthday is on the 30th. Word, Ashley knows the vibes. Big no's lead to bigger yeses. Let people despise you. Let them hate you. So what? You need to hang out with more Scorpios. This is what you need to do. Be a man. Hold it all inside and get hospital bills and the metaphorical belief of I'm unwanted and I'm unappreciated as cancer and heart failure and heart disease because nobody loves me, nobody cares about me, and I have to control everything, so I get irritable bowel syndrome and I get digestive system issues and I have gut health issues and I have stomach ulcers because I have to control everything because nobody understands me. Boy, I'm triggering everybody today. It's all right. I'll still go to sleep because I want for you to understand that you've been hustled. Miserable people told you how to do this. Your parents, they're jealous. Your mom, jealous. The people around you, jealous. And you don't even want to acknowledge it, do you? You don't even want to think about the fact. You don't even want to consider the fact that people are jealous of you, do you? Because you don't even operate from that space, do you? Welcome to my world. I strongly dislike the fact that people have envy and jealousy towards me because I was struggling in the illusion. I was not happy. I was not content. I did not like my circumstances. Man, do you see what you're up against just in order for you to communicate? It's crazy. Speak up. So what if people don't like what you say? So what? Say it again. If you know that they're going to react. For example, if you were playing a game and you knew that let's say that you were like in elementary school and you're playing kickball where you literally just kick the ball and run the bases like baseball. Let's say, for example, that you knew that the person who was playing third base was like lazy and just was like ADH whatever and was staring out into space looking at butterflies like duh, like you would if you were strategic, you would kick it that direction because you know that they're not going to be paying attention. So in that same way, like, what is your strategy in life from the space of being a good-hearted person, so that, like, if you know that your mom or your dad or your aunts or your uncle or the people in your life are going to put you down, like, are you actually sitting down and strategizing with yourself to say, how can I communicate to this person gets this, and how can I see myself doing that, and how can I really speak this thing that's really challenging and really difficult for me to say, and to really hold my ground and to stand my ground and to speak with conviction and to talk from the depths of my soul to say, I know that this is the right thing to say. I know that this is the right thing to do. I know that you don't like it. That's okay. I don't need for you to like it. I want for you to respect that I'm talking to you so that we can understand each other. I want this relationship to be better. Otherwise, I cannot think about you. I cannot acknowledge you. I cannot be sitting here every single day frustrated with my life because I want to be around gratitude energy, gratitude people, gratitude life. I want to honor my process. I want to come up. I want more for myself. How did I get out of my conditioning? I got angry. And I acknowledged my anger. That's why I'm on you. That's why if you feel you're passive aggressive, if your mom or your dad taught you, don't speak up and don't do things this way and don't hurt anybody's feelings, that's garbage. Closed mouths don't get fed. It scares you because you fear your mortality. Oh my God, people are going to have opinions about you. But what if you remove all of the duds and you get better relationships? What if you step outside of the circus and realize, like, for example, if we were face to face and I'm talking to you really intensely because I'm on fire for you and I love you and I want to see you win. If you don't understand the concept of what I'm talking about, if my tone of voice triggers you, if something that I'm saying doesn't make sense or it doesn't click or you don't like it, you can tell that to me and I will get it and I will acknowledge it and I will make a change because I value myself and I value my words and I value you leveling up and you getting what I'm saying. In the same way, if it's not even about teaching or coaching, that if you just don't like the way that I'm communicating, say, hey, Scorpio, I heard Scorpios are known to be a bit intense. You need to switch to decaf. Can you just slow it down? Like, absolutely. I got you. I've been doing the work. There's more people out there that are healed. You do not have to struggle to be authentic. You don't have to. So why is it so challenging for you to speak up and to make choices and to have gratitude and to go to where you want to go? Why is it so easy Well, hold on. Let's talk about this. I don't want to entertain anger. Let's talk about that. That is a hustle, especially within people that connect with the concept of spirituality, especially when I was living in Los Angeles, especially when I was in Venice, where it's like positive vibes only. All of my friends are named Sage Healing Wolf, and they moisturize, and they go to the healthiest health store beyond Whole Foods. There's a health store beyond Whole Foods. Whole Foods is a hustle. That it's like I only want for everything to be attractive and polished and moisturized and beautiful and pristine all the time. I've been around those people. They're good people. They're great people. It's just life doesn't work that way. Everything is a lesson or a blessing. Everything is teaching you something, or it's connecting you to show you that you're in the truth. Connecting with anger is how we are going to be able to actually acknowledge that we are true within our intentions. Not everybody agrees with who you are and how you live. I'm literally talking to people right now. My intention in this conversation is for you to fall in love with yourself and remember your resilience. Trader Joe's is also a hustle too. If you look at their bananas or their bread, it goes rotten immediately, which I know that's how it's supposed to be, but you should do more research on Trader Joe's. They're garbage. Whoops, I know. You know what it is? You just got to choose happiness. You just got to choose health. I speak health into everything. I just know that I'm getting healthier and healthier every day. I feel angry if I'm going to feel anything. I just want for you. This was a mind-blowing concept for me, that I had this really big level of anxiety. And this is when I started doing the live streams. This was around like a year ago. I'm new to TikTok. Maybe not as new as some of you on here, but I'm fairly new. I didn't realize that when somebody talks smack to you, you could respond back. I'm like, they did not let a Scorpio know that we could have direct eye contact conversations on this app. You know, that I had a day where I woke up and I had this crazy level of anxiety. And I realized that I needed to sit down with that anxiety. I'm going to answer this question in just a second. And I sat down in the bed and I felt all of the anxiety, and I talked with it, and I just felt it. And afterwards, I got up, I did a live stream. I got clients, I made money. I had an amazing day, and I was like, that's so weird. What's changed? It's because I didn't have that one person who's like, oh, you have anxiety? Well, I have anxiety now. So you should make my anxiety more important than your anxiety. I didn't have that anymore. That's why you're not leveling up. That's why you're blocked. So, for example, for the person who said, what about physical abuse? It's time to go. It's time to go. And that might even just you talking to a friend and going for a weekend, or saving up money and just going to another place for like a weekend or a week, or going to your parents or calling up your friend and saying, I don't even want to tell you this, you know it, but I don't think I ever told you I'm in an abusive relationship and I don't know how to get out because I feel like I need to complete every single thing, and nobody ever taught me about a value system, and so I'm over here despising myself and allowing somebody to physically or mentally or verbally attack me, and I hate it. And there's been times where I've questioned my existence and I don't even want to be around really sometimes, and it's frustrating, and I'm doing everything I can to just be resilient and brilliant and optimistic, and I'm resenting myself for not like knowing my worth and my value, and I need help, and I feel stuck, and it feels impossible, and if this feels uncomfortable for that other person, then guess what you do with that friend? What do you do with that friend? You stop talking to that friend. What do you do if you tell your mom and your dad, like, you could literally just be having dinner and be like, hey, you guys, you know what? I'm in an abusive relationship, and this is the person who's been hitting me, and I know that it's really uncomfortable. It's just, you know what it is? I hate myself right now for how much I've been allowing and how much I've been holding in. And I just don't feel like I was designed to hate myself. And so if this is uncomfortable, I don't want to be around anybody right now at this dinner table. I just want to be around people who can be an uncomfortable energy and nurture me and understand that this is not easy for me. This has been going on for weeks or for months or for years, and I just hate it. And I want to make a change, and I only want to be around people who love me, even if I'm all alone. Good awareness. You said you're scared of being sober. Why is that? Because somebody who told you that you're not worth it, or you're stupid, or you're dumb, or you're a failure, or you're a burden, or they wish that they hadn't created you, or they wish that you weren't alive. They said that and you believed it when they were just having a bad day and they just hate their circumstances. It has nothing to do with you. Other people's negativity has nothing to do with me. Do you understand that? I'm not responsible. I understand that my aggressive tone sometimes, or my soft, even when I talk like this, people get annoyed. They think that it's corny. They think that it's cliched. When I'm being nurturing, I'm talking from a loving space. Some people get annoyed by this tone of voice. Some people get annoyed by this tone of voice because they associate it with another guy who spoke to them this way. People get triggered all the time by other people. And it's just from something that happened years ago. And they don't question it. They just don't like it. Let other people be upset and be miserable. Speak your truth. Like in my last relationship, I had the conversation with her. I was like, I have to, for my sanity, talk to people and build a community and talk to people about what's going on. I'm never going to bring up your name. I'm never going to publicly humiliate you or shame you. I have to tell people what's going on in my life. I hate this. I hate this feeling inside. And if you want to go on live streams, if you want to go on social media, if you want to go on people's radio shows and podcasts and blogs and vlogs or whatever, and talk about how you were in an abusive relationship because it was very, very toxic. It was abandonment issues and codependency just over and over and over again. I wasn't physically abusive. I was passive aggressive was my issue. I was the king of being passive aggressive. Nobody understands me, the king of being a victim. And then I actually learned how to speak up and set boundaries. And as soon as I started getting successful, she hated it because she had to confront all of her jealousy and all of her insecurity and all of her deep and profound feelings of being alone and secluded and not good enough and all this other stuff that had nothing to do with me. Other people's beliefs have nothing to do with you. You're just bringing them up to surface. They're the teacher and you're the teacher and they're not being teachable, or they're the teacher and you're not being coachable. You're not being teachable. You're not in it to level up. You're in it to be right. You just want to be right. Or am I wrong? I definitely, I take full responsibility. Thank you for acknowledging that. Of course I admit it. I can't sit here and live in a world where people, you know what people do who are in this space of teaching and coaching all this different stuff? They give you all the good stuff and they turn off their cameras and they hate themselves. I'm never going to do that. You can ask, there's people on this live stream who know me, who've met me. I am this way. I refuse to think that I have to be perfect and pristine and smiling and hi, how are you doing? Fine all the time. It's not how life works. What if someone constantly told you that you're insecure, but in a mean way? What if someone constantly told you that you're insecure, but in a mean way? Then this is where you start to be observational and non-reactive. This is where you go to a space of it doesn't matter how they're saying what they're saying. It matters what they are saying. Is there logic? Is there some truth within there? Because I would say that there's some truth in there by the very fact that you've been thinking about it still. And again, if you were secure, you would look at them and be like, thank you. I appreciate your perspective. Thank you so much. And you would move right along and you wouldn't think about it. That's the level of confidence. That's the level of security. You either know who you are or you don't. Zach, so again, you like just set time aside in your life so that you can visualize yourself going to where you want to go. See yourself setting boundaries, see yourself communicating, see yourself being around better people, see that person respecting you before you get out of bed, before you get around other people, before you get around family. Take time for yourself. Convince yourself and let yourself know today we're going to learn, today we're going to grow, today we're going to thrive. Whatever happens, whatever comes into my path, this is where most people don't make the connection. People want to do this law of attraction nonsense. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. It's garbage, okay? The law of attraction is nonsense because you don't believe that you can get access to stuff, okay? So stop that. Be triggered, be annoyed. Okay. The secret is to actually really get the feeling and to see other people seeing you have it and to operate from that space and to slow down and to really, really, really strengthen your beliefs. If your belief isn't strong enough, then it doesn't matter that you're setting the intention for whatever. And if you're setting the intention to have something that you want, then you have to be open to letting go of control. And most people have to be in control. Most people, and that's why the lockdown happened. And that's why the veil's being lifted, is because all of us have to be out of control. All of us, all of us are letting go of control. All of us. All of us. And it's going to show up differently. And there's going to be people, there's going to be words, there's going to be conversations, there's going to be perspectives, there's going to be stuff that's going to happen in your life that's going to make you feel very uncomfortable. What are you going to do with it? Same routine as always, or think differently? The lockdown was the best thing that ever happened. Lockdown was the best thing that ever happened. How many people cut off friendships that were narcissistic and abusive? How many people ended relationships? How many people are taking chances? I was talking with the woman yesterday who she's been booking time with me. She got out of the abusive relationship, out of the marriage. She moved into a new apartment, and like it's instantaneous. You can see her glow up. Like it's wild how much other people's energy can hold you down. Thank you. Yes, yes. What I talk about is emotional intelligence. So it's perspective. It's not like, hey, look at this, and then all of a sudden you're going to be rich and successful, and you're just going to make money or whatever. And I'm some like white guy with facial hair on YouTube telling you I made $15,000 last month. Sign up for my free webinar. No. What I talk about is perspective, because thankfully I come from poverty, and thankfully I was around people that were wealthy, and thankfully I was hanging out with people from all different walks of life. And I realized something. There's a different way to do it. There's a different way to think. Perspective is everything. It doesn't matter. Like, one person could be in poverty and one person could be in wealth, and the person who's in poverty could have more happiness simply because they know their roots and they know their culture and they know their significance, while the other person is deliberately cheating and gaslighting and hustling and taking advantage of people because they have to have all the money and all the power because they're insecure little babies. Why is it so accessible to say that life is hard or life is difficult, or you're being stalked or you're being attacked or you're being bullied or somebody's doing something to you. You're choosing and you're allowing all of it. It's time for you to say, hey, people who love me don't speak to me this way. And again, take notes. And if you don't have anything to take notes with, I heard this guy named Nikki Scorpio. If you tap his bio link, there's a notebook for you. And I designed it. I graphic designed it myself. And it's on Amazon. It'll come to you quickly. It's very affordable. 120 pages, $8.88. Infinite, infinite, infinite. Right there. Perspective is everything. Perspective is everything for what you're going through. Tell me how you can change your perspective on what's annoying you right now. Is the person who's annoying you teaching you a lesson? What lesson are they teaching? What lesson? Let's make it more focused. What lesson is the circumstance that you're annoyed by or stressed out by? What lesson is it teaching you? What lesson is it teaching you? You tell me. Think about it. Or don't. I just feel like in the same way, the difference between people who have wealth and people who don't, they say they've done studies on this. People who have money, they spend 4 to 8 hours per month looking at their finances and where their finances are going. In the same way, people who are emotionally wealthy take time and reflect on why they don't like how they feel. To be alone and be happy without them. Yes. They're teaching me to love myself and don't let, yes, exactly. Love yourself more. More. But that's wrong. Nope. Lies. 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 It's teaching you not to trust men. I don't know about that one. Where's that one taking you? Everybody else is the problem? What is it teaching you? What is it teaching you? Because that sounds to me like you're saying that you're validating that life is hard and life is difficult. And that's an old pattern. They're teaching me that I don't want, you need to move out. So good for you to getting a job and to taking those chances, right? Like you're doing. Congratulations. If you're walking around with the belief that somebody is annoying you or somebody's aggravating you, or people who are this way are annoying, or I don't like people who are this way, or when people speak to me this way and that way, like other people have said before me, the universe, the creator, all that, when you set intentions, there's no such thing as don't or not. It's in the same way. Have you ever prayed for patience? Be careful when you ask for patience. They woke you up. Good. Everything is working in your favor. favor. And if you think that that's cheesy and that's cliched, guess what? You've been hanging out with people who don't value themselves. You've been hanging out with trauma. You've been hanging out with PTSD. You grew up in poverty. So anything that sounds like making money or happiness or long-term perspective that gives you peace and prosperity and happiness sounds cheesy and sounds overwhelming and sounds like you don't have enough time for it. You're convincing yourself that it's easier for you to struggle, whereas like a baby had to pick themselves up and learn how to walk, and they fell down and they picked themselves up and they watched other people, and then they keep their balance and they're like this, and then eventually they learn how to walk. Man, what would your life be like if you were 5 years old and I gave you a cell phone and I told you that you could tell whatever story you want to with this video? Would you care about your physical appearance? Would you care that your family didn't like it? Would you care that other people looked at you? Would you care that other people were pointing at you and laughing? Or would you get on that phone and be like, once upon a time I lived my life and then I turned into a dinosaur and I became a fairy dinosaur and then I got superpowers and then everything worked out and I went through some difficult things sometimes, but I love myself and I realized that people are miserable, so I'm just going to be myself even more, and the floor is made of hot lava, so we got to get out of here. I got to go. Like, you wouldn't care. You would not care. And you think that you can't do that in the life that you're living. You've forgotten your resilience. You forgot how brilliant you were. You forgot how optimistic you were. And you're allowing one person that you want love from, or two people or five people or whatever. Please validate me. Please acknowledge me. Please love me. Please validate me. Please acknowledge me. Please, for the love of God. Please just tell me that I'm doing the right thing. And there's levels and there's layers. Yesterday, for example, my ex were cordial, like we're friends. That she has a music project that she's working on, and she wants for me to help her. And I haven't told her I'm in a new relationship now. And I felt all this different anxiety around it and all these feelings around it. And I sent her an email and I responded and I said, hey, like, I'll work on this thing with you. However, I need for you to know I'm in a relationship, and I was reluctant to tell you, but I just want for you to know that, because moving forward, like, you said that you were okay if I had a relationship and we could still be friends and we could still move forward. And I want to know, like, that I can speak the truth around you and that you're not going to judge. Because she does. She's very, very judgmental. And she responded. And the level of anxiety, the level of like all this different, and I check in with myself where I'm like, why? Like, this person has nothing to offer me. Like, this person is not going to determine my future. I have issues too. Listen, I do. You and I are the same. When I'm not going to be some clown who's going to tell you my life is perfect and everything is always, it doesn't work that way. And if you're paying for therapists or coaches or teachers, or if you're watching influencers, if you look at the Kardashians, if you look at people on social media and you think that their life is always figured out, guess what? Take it from the introvert who went into Hollywood. Take it from the person who came from a raw background, who was raised to not care at all about brand names and all that different stuff. But I like the nice shiny things, and I've had those lifetimes where I was the king and the gold and the jewels. I don't care. It doesn't impress me. You know what impresses me is how you treat people who have absolutely no potential to benefit you in any way, shape, or form. How do you treat those people? How do you treat the waiter? How do you treat the cashier? How do you treat the janitor? That impresses me. Let your mom know. My mom beat cancer. Let your mom know the metaphysical belief of cancer is I'm unwanted and I'm unappreciated. What you can do is you can have all your family members show up and write cards or call and talk about ways that she's changed their life. You'd be surprised how much your belief systems are hurting you or harming you. And you think that it's cheesy because a doctor tells you, no, you should just keep on doing this and doing this and doing that. Doctors literally don't even get 1 year of nutrition. Craziness of the people that we allow in our lives and the truths that we allow in our lives and the perspectives that we allow in our lives. It is nonsense. It's nonsense. Thank goodness that there are doctors like Joe Dispenza and Dr. Luc Montagnier and other people that are like proving that sound frequencies and belief actually can heal you. Thank goodness. Could you imagine? Thank you. You're powerful and you're being hustled and you're allowing it. Why is it so easy for you to choose the chaos? Why is it? Why is it? Maybe that's just the reason why you came on here, just for you to think about that of like, yeah, I keep on choosing the drama. Why is it life and death that right now you're financially going through a difficult time? Why are you frozen when somebody puts you down? Why do you freeze when somebody puts you down? Do I listen to solfeggio frequencies? I'm into quantum manifesting. Solfeggio frequencies listen to me. 1111 wishes for me. That's where I'm at. Word. Screenshot that. Take notes. There is so much information and so much change available outside of your circumstances. I want for you to start realizing this. Do a 48-hour challenge with me. 48 hours. 48 hours of looking how easy it is for you to complain and how you nod your head when people complain around you and how you accept negativity and how you say, oh, of course that happened to me. Of course that person cut me off. Of course people, I was driving in Los Angeles and when I was living in LA, and somebody in my car saw a Mercedes cut across 4 lanes. They're like, oh, of course a Mercedes would do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like a beat up Honda Civic would do that, or like A Ford Taurus would do that or something like that. Somebody who doesn't value their stuff. Like that person just messed up and they're being reckless. Like there's good people and bad people everywhere you go. What are you talking about? There you go. There you go. There you go. Right there. Those are all fantastic names. Look up all those people screenshot that. Hey, I love that, honeysuckle. Thank you. I'm telling you. And listen, you don't have to nod your head anymore when people complain. 48 hours. Can you do it? 48 hours. Yo, can you be in the home where you're living in? Because somebody in here is living with family and the family annoys you. Can you literally be in the room where they're like, things are stupid, or look at how stupid what you're doing is, and can you just be like this? What are you doing? Respond. Say something. Oh, I hear you. What do you think about this? I'm saying that you're stupid and you're wrong and you're dumb. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you saying that that's stupid or that's dumb? Because you just told me that the sky is green. And I'm looking at you and I'm acknowledging that you think that the sky is green. But I know that it's blue. So it doesn't make any sense to respond to you. When I started hanging out with people who came from money trust fund babies, people who know how money moves and operates and have healthy beliefs around money instead of money is evil, money is evil. Money's literally the reason why we're here together right now and you're connecting with me. People would say stuff to them and they would just say negative stuff or just tasteless, just like, are you kidding me? You're really going to that place? And they literally just didn't respond. And I was like, I didn't even know that that was an option. What if it's your grandma who complains? Okay. Let her complain. Let her complain. And study grandma to be like, man, I do not want to be miserable like grandma. I want to be the happy grandparent. I want to be that's my goal. I had a happy grandma and I had a miserable grandma. Oh, the food's overcooked and undercooked. She wasn't even related to me by blood. Just constantly watched a certain news channel that just pumps and promotes fear all of the time. And it was just one of those like old, just like, it was like, ugh, prejudice, just negative, just angry person. I have my other grandma who's like, you know, in the 1940s, like she went to Africa when it was unheard of for a single woman to do that, and was a teacher and all this different stuff, and can speak Swahili and just like lived such an amazing, fascinating life. Drove around the United States of America with her husband, and like, you know, lost her husband of 50 years, and instead of being frustrated that her house was sold and her husband passed away and everything changed in her life, she joined a choir, she started traveling, she just lived her best life. And I'm like, I'm going to be that grandpa. I'm going to be that senior citizen. I'm going to be that old guy that has a twinkle in his eye. I'm not going to be miserable. I'm going to start planning right now and investing in my future so that when people get around me when I'm elderly, that they actually want to stick around. You feel bad she's all alone? Well, guess what? Then you can make the effort and you can invest all the way in to show her what unconditional love is, or you can understand that people's choices and their actions have consequences. You're not responsible for grandma to all of a sudden go onto TikTok and to follow Nikki Scorpio. Tell grandma that there's an information age available. Tell her, show her YouTube. Tell her she can educate herself. Show her the love that she doesn't show you, or let her live. And when you hang out with grandma, see if you can just be in that uncomfortable energy. See if you can just be around negativity. See if you can just be around drama and chaos. See if you can just level up and just hold your power and stay in your inner knowing. While grandma's saying negative things to you, pretend that you're just listening to a really loud commercial. Like, you know how grandma can't hear and she has to turn up the TV really loud? Or if any of you subscribe to Hulu, it's like you're watching the TV show and it's like, all right, we're going to be back right after these messages. And then the commercial's like, everybody announce it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, okay, I get it. Like, why are you so aggressive with these commercials? Okay, that's what your grandma is. Your grandma's the Hulu commercials. You're not obligated. It doesn't matter what society's like. People aren't happy. People aren't happy. And you're still following their rules. It doesn't. I'm glad you appreciate my sense of humor. I got jokes, okay? It doesn't matter if somebody is unhappy and they're telling you what to do. Why do you follow their rules? They're unhappy. You want to be happy. It doesn't make sense. It's logical. God's not going to strike you down with lightning. Or like, you're not going to get into heaven because you didn't listen to a miserable person. Like, every single rule to society and to planet Earth is a hustle. Don't you think God would have struck one of us with lightning by now if we were rude or disrespectful to somebody that we cared about? Like, because my mom's a lesbian and my dad's gay and I'm the gay agenda and I'm the gayest straight person you'll ever meet and I'm an artificial insemination. Don't you think God would have been like, you're getting lightning? Don't you think? If everything was true, your miserable family who puts you down and attacks your spirituality when they can't even read Hebrew and they're telling you what God is and what Christianity is, and they can't even read Hebrew and they're over here telling you when the origins of it was from Hebrew, whatever. And like, come on, stop that nonsense. You haven't seeked enough truth if you are frustrated and affected by somebody's negative words or negativity. And I want to wake you all the way up and be that person to say, no, 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 you're needed to be the leader right now. We need you to represent for us. We need to know that there are other people who feel unloved and alone and are tired of it. We can do all of this non-violently. We can change the entire world non-violently. It's simply just supply and demand. It's simply just supply and demand. The reason why everything is how it is, as soon as I post a video and I slam my head on a wall, I get 2 billion views and I say, ow, 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 ow. I need a doctor. Yeah. Then there's going to be 1,000 other people and be like, I want 2 billion views, so I'm going to slam my head against the wall and say, ow, 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 I need a doctor. And then there's going to be a remix and it's going to be on the radio before you know it. And someone's going to auto-tune it. Like, the world is crazy and we just accept it. And we don't even think that there's another possibility. There's another option. Like, if other people aren't matching your energy, then bon voyage. Or just stay aggravated and stay annoyed. I used to be that way. And it was actually my friend Shaman Durek who told me, D-U-R-E-K, they told me, it's like, you resent the human process. And you know about reincarnation and you know that you've been there. It's hypocritical. You can't resent that humans don't get it. Be grateful that you do get it and find a way to share it with people without the resentment and the frustration of what could be and what could be. It's trying to control your destiny. It's trying to control the outcome. You want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And if you don't believe in God, that's cool, fine, hang out. I don't care. Nobody knows why they're alive. It hurts thinking that she might die like that. But listen, but why is that a bad thing? What if her lesson in life, what if she was really, see, this is what I'm saying. You can disagree with me and I can be your really weird cousin. However, reincarnation is a real thing. It was taken out of the Bible. It was taken away from our ancient wisdom. They hustled us, okay? Reincarnation is a real thing. What if your grandma was really nasty in her last life? Maybe that's the reason why your life is difficult. What if the family members in your life are driving you crazy because you were nasty in your last lifetime, and it's here to see if you can just live your life and not attack them and destroy them in this lifetime. And if I'm weird, then I'll be weird. Blah, nobody knows why they're alive. Tell me otherwise. What if your grandma was really mean to people in her last lifetime and she's here to understand what it's like when you treat people that way, and she's like, "Welp, I learned that lesson." If you can't cut someone out completely, how do you cope? They're the teacher. They're the teacher. Amazing. Congratulations. You're learning some powerful lessons. You're doing the CEO training. You're doing the boss training. You want more love. You said you wanted more happiness. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put you around somebody who drives you crazy. What are you going to do with that information? How are you going to navigate? What boundaries are you going to set? Well, I heard this guy named Nikki Scorpio has an ebook about boundaries. It's only $8. What's up, Carissa? Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a different way to do this. I just want for you to get, you're living your whole life for everybody except for yourself. Some are just set, yeah, right. Some people are just set in their ways. Some people are just going to be people, and you're not responsible to fix anybody. So again, I'm asking you, why is it so easy to prove that life is hard and difficult? Why is it while I'm talking to, the first thing you do is think of like how difficult things are? It's good that you're having the awareness and we're bringing it up to surface. But you understand that while you're thinking about this right now, do you understand that that exists within yourself and it's floating around you every single day, and the people that you want to connect with pick up on it energetically, subconsciously, and that's why they don't connect with you, because it holds meaning for you. You're walking around feeling guilty. You're walking around feeling anxious. You're walking around feeling depressed, thinking that somebody's just miraculously going to walk up to you and change your destiny. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the love. Thank you for double tapping on the screen. When you tap on the screen, it brings more amazing people in here like you. Take notes. Again, buy the notebook on my thing. It's via Amazon. Like, have you ever taken notes? Wealthy people look at their finances. Happy people reflect. Like when you book time with me, again, I like to share everything. I want for it to be open source. That like Michael Jordan, for example, Kobe Bryant, like they didn't just like pick up a basketball and they just started shooting basketballs into a hoop, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, cool, I'm Kobe Bryant. Cool, I'm Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan will tell you, like, he watches the game after he plays it multiple times. And in that same way, like, why are you not reflecting on the thing that took away all your power and acknowledging the fact that you allowed that and you're choosing it every single step of the way? Do you ever sit down and actually think about why you are choosing to have the emotions and the reactions and the responses that you do? And have you ever actually sat down and looked at a moment and be like, let me revisit that and see if there's a different way to perceive it? Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you. Word, Renee. Winners celebrate winners. Have you actually sat down and been like, well, I overreacted right there? Or well, I'm allowing this person to just completely and totally emotionally destroy me. I'm really in love with this person because I'm in love with their potential. And they're not changing. And I need to take a week break. I need to go to somebody's house. I need to tell them that, okay, if you live with the person, try this. I dare you. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Please. Oh, you're going to do it? I dare you. If you're living with the person who's annoying you, I dare you for 2 days